I'd like to start by asking you to talk a bit about what has made you become such a strong advocate for minority depository institutions and CDFIs, and why have you taken to referring to us as the capillary banking system?
Again, thanks, Bill. So good to see you, and thank you for inviting me to spend time amongst your family and peers here. And I'm just honored to be here, and frankly, to be a part of this fight. You know, I grew up in Denver, Colorado, as you know, at a time in the late '60s, early '70s, when there was I'll call it a whole lot of hope and optimism in our community. And you know, when I think about those times. That, you know, when my mother and father and we'd go to the bank and we'd have to drive a couple miles to go to the bank, and it just, you know, I realized as we went through the period of the '70s, you know, the Nixon era, et cetera, how our community that was thriving with small businesses, restaurants, bakeries, kind of shops and you know, dry cleaners and that sort of thing just seemed to evaporate, and a lot of those businesses never came back. And as I continued to pursue my career in technology, and then ultimately, as we started to face this pandemic crisis, as I looked across our portfolio of, you know, 65 plus software companies, realizing, of course, I knew 1.4 million of those customers of ours are small businesses. And as we started to engage in trying to ensure that they had access to the PPP program, the CARES Act, realizing that a lot of the small businesses that I grew up with that did not recover during that economic crisis would likely have the same issue here. And so the call to action in my mind is leveraging the assets that we had, which are, you know, our software companies, our people, and our relationships, to try to not only just extend a lifeline to these small businesses in these communities, but frankly build an infrastructure that can be leveraged going forward. And I think, Bill, with your help and your colleagues' help, I think we were able to establish some of those lifelines, strengthen them. And now I think it's our task to really focus on how do we drive capital into the communities that have been underbanked by the large banks. And it was clear to me that they have no interest in banking these communities, to be frank with you. But the critical role of the CDFIs and MDIs in these communities now has to not only just be accentuated, but strengthened through solutions, through capital, and through capability. So, you know, like all things, you know, as we get a little older, we realize that a big part of our mission has to be to leave this world a better place than how we found it. And I think this is just one of the roles I think I can serve and help.